Winchester College developed its own language, I would think, probably over the centuries.
Mm.
And some of it is Old English, or some of it I have no idea where it comes from. Some of it is probably named after deceased teachers or, people who'd been at the institution. But like why a bicycle would be called a bogle,
Right.
or God,
Pitch up. We're pitch up.
pitch up. Why there's Molly again? Why are parents called pitch up? I don't know. I don't even remember asking anybody. I don't think anybody would have known. They were just doing that old institutional thing of passing something down through the generations. Because nobody would be at the school for more than 5 years as a pupil. I mean, some of the teachers, but I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, tardy. Tardy is an old-fashioned word for late. Sorry, I'm tardy. Unprepared, X trumps. I mean, anything with the word Trump in it is pretty terrifying. I don't know why unprepared would be X trumps. There's bits of Latin, I suppose. It's a mystery I will never solve.
And so even in this time of like upheaval in the 60s, there weren't like teenagers once you hit like 16, 17 to like question why are we using these words and it's words not acceptable. No one, it was just everyone just went and stayed in line.
I think we questioned that we should use them, but I don't think we questioned where they came from. I think we'd say, this is stupid. Why do we do it? Why do we have to go to chapel? What's the point of all this? And if they explained, we wouldn't really understand. But in the book, I try to explain why it's there. And I think it's there to make the whole experience more niche, as it would be called now, to make it more, if you're at this school, you're special, you're in this special world that only other boys that have been at that school will have. So if you meet somebody 30 years later who understands those words, you've got that thing in common. It's like the Masons, Yeah. It's Masonic. It's this kind of like the Masonic handshake or whatever. It's just almost like a secret society. And I think it's a part of a way of training boys who go through Winchester to remain there even when they become men, because they've still absorbed things like a private language, I don't think it's healthy, no, but it's what they did.
And have you come across a classmate from 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago and said, hey,
I do.
How are the pitch-ups doing? Or,
they still use it. The few people I'm in touch with are liable to talk in notions. I don't. I don't use any of them, and I don't like using those terms because I think it's infantilizing. Although I never left the music of 1967, I do like to think I managed to leave Winchester College. Even if it, the big chunk of me remained there, I still don't think, no, I don't.
Yeah.
But the other funny thing about them is that you weren't supposed to use them in your essays. That's what's so peculiar. I remember putting them and they said, no, Hitchcock, you can't use that in an essay. It's like, oh, okay, right. So they taught you this thing that was obviously useless. But here I am 55 years later or more, explaining to you via the miracle of 21st century technology in California, would I have dreamed of this back then? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
No, the answer is no. You would not have dreamed.